Hello, and welcome to the Abusecartoons livestream for November 15th. How are you? Alright, so it's been about a week. A little later than usual, but we'll see how we do. Cold weather has finally taken hold here, so we may have some actual autumn colors eventually. It's been strangely warm, so nothing looks very nice yet. And the tourists are back. Oh yeah, let me know about the sound levels. I'm still not sure about this mic placement. Try not to have it so much on camera, but if it hurts the level, then that's not good. Yeah, so October, the tourists came back full strength, but I'm still not sure, especially in Asia, what that means. There still may be some restrictions, especially from China, although I'm hearing more and more Chinese, so it must be happening. I just hope it doesn't get back to pre-pandemic levels, because that was almost unbearable to just be overrun by some of the rudest peoples since they invented Americans. Yeah, it really ruins the vibe in Japan, if you know what I mean. So we'll see. But then all the trashy kind of tourist serving souvenir shops and things will come back, which nobody wants. Yeah, just at the airport you see such amazing things during that height on, like, 2017 to 2019. That height of tourism, the airports were just horrible. Alright. Oh, maybe oh yeah, I think it's just like that, right? Those bells on counters. But yeah, things are going okay. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we've got new infections here, new increases in infection. They're not really changing any rules or anything. They're just kind of, telling people to take care. And, we're coming up on the flu season. So the cold weather brings people inside more, and yeah, people want to feel normal, so they're at restaurants, eating and drinking together. There's still a lot of barriers and things, though, around. So there may always be. That's the weird thing about Japan, is we may never not have this. As long as there's a single person. Yeah, I still don't know. I haven't read up on it, but I still don't know what happened with Foxconn. I heard that some, that's Apple's main factory for iPhones and iPads and stuff. And I heard that they locked down. They had some, COVID lockdown, zero tolerance government thing, and a lot of the workers resisted and they kind of fled the factory. So, and that means I think it was India was saying, "Hey, we we followed the rules. If you want to relocate," so there's some talk that they might relocate. I thought they were in Taiwan though. It shows you how much I know about Foxconn. But that was also the factory that famously had such bad work conditions. They were putting nets on the sides of the buildings to prevent people from jumping to their deaths. I'm sure they still jumped, but they landed in nets. So that's fun. All right. Let's try to make something look like a folded burger wrapper. So I hope it's good where you are on this late Monday. Oh, I saw on the Go Comics website, Domestic Abuse, this cartoon got featured. Yes, the name's still up there. So that's great, because there are hundreds, if not thousands, of cartoons on this site now. So getting featured is great. That might get some more readership. And I've been doing pretty good as far as posting regularly. It's not that often. It's only twice a week, but it's regularly. So that's nice. Nice to see. So that also might mean I have some new, like, what the hell is this? Comments, which will be fun. Always enjoy people not knowing what to think about this. All right. There we go. I drew that lid totally sideways. And it almost looks like a lid. Oh, maybe the straw would make it all the way through, wouldn't it? Boom, boom. That's the thing that was looking weird, yeah. A little thicker. Oh yeah, that position is nicer though. All right, but maybe a taller. Let's see what happens if it just gets pulled. Yeah. A little weirdly thick. Yeah, it might be just easier to redraw. Just make it a little bit taller so it fits. Yeah, so that lid doesn't look so crazy. Something like that. All right. Yeah, I've gotten lucky so far. As soon as I mention it, I'm sure it's going to go bad, but there's construction right next door, and Most of the demolition, I think, is gone, but they will be, like, putting up drywall and all that good stuff. So a lot of pneumatic hammers or, nailing nail guns and stuff going off. So we'll see how that goes. But it's a pretty slow progress. I think they've only got like one actual worker in there every day, so it'll take a while. I hope the roof, we've had some of the tiles, it's all ceramic tile, not ceramic, but kind of clay tile roofs here. And they've been damaged pretty badly from storms, and that house has been empty for a while, so I don't know if they're going to replace it. I think it's pretty difficult to get the same type. These houses were built in the 50s or 60s, I think, a lot of them, as factory housing for employees. So they took a standard sized lot and split it in half and did these like long, narrow houses. So that's what that house is. And the roofs are this blue glazed tile, that Asian kind of tile roof. So I'm not sure if you can get anything like that. And a lot of people try to preserve those roofs as much as possible. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So if they replace it, they probably won't be able to get that blue glaze anymore. So if they just repair it, I don't know what they're gonna do. They may have to do the whole thing if they want to keep that look. And because they're somewhat historic, I guess, for the area, they're protected, so you can remodel them, but you can't demolish them completely. So yeah, you can take it down to the studs and rebuild it, but you can't have to keep the initial build. The structure of the house has to stay intact. So that's a little bit weird, and it limits your choices. The rooms are going to be where they're going to be. You can maybe take a wall out. I mean, the houses are so small; they literally are 3 rooms basically. I guess if you include the bath, the room with the bathtub and the water closet. It's a little bit more, but essentially 3 livable rooms. So we'll see. Yeah, because like when you go into the front door, immediately there's stairs up to the 2nd floor, and then you take a left, and there's the LDK area, which is kind of the standard. They say that here, describing space. So it's living, dining room, kitchen, basically, and usually that's one room. So the great room, or whatever that, the family room, whatever that used to be called, is all a combined space, usually. Living room, dining room, kitchen, which means there is no dining room. Basically, it's just one long room with a kitchen on one end. But, I think I'm still having the lighting problems. That's fine. I'll just lurk in the shadows. I'll have to get that fixed. This table, the desk that I'm on, is on wheels, so when I'm doing different things in this space, I'm moving it around, so I never set it back to directly under the light. So that's why I am weirdly in shadow. I'm like Lando walking out of the lights in Return of the Jedi. Alright. So I'm just, this is the usual start. This time I'm trying not to draw only boxes, but I'm trying to, just warm up and get some ideas for what might make a good gag or scene. Very anemic looking salt shaker. All right. There we go. It looks like one of those collapsible laundry buckets. There's a Japanese stop motion movie that's on. It's been on the front page of Amazon Prime for a while here in Japan. And I'm blanking on the title, but I'm wondering if it's making its way internationally. It's part 1 of 3, so I think it did pretty well. So they may actually make the 3 films, but it took 7 years. I think it was a very small crew, so it took 7 years to produce it. And I'm still blanking on what it's called. Oh, there's so much classic anime on Amazon Prime. Let's see. Well, it's not on the front page anymore, so it's not going to easily be something I can name. But they don't speak Japanese or English or anything in there. They have kind of this made-up gibberish language, so it has to be subtitled, everywhere. So that makes it work, and a lot of stop motion, film festivals and stuff did that. They had a nonsense, kind of like what is that, The Sims or whatever. They just have this Simlish, this language that they speak. That's too bad I can't find it easily. But it reminded me a little bit of not as kind of grungy and dark as the Phil Tippett stop motion, but yeah, kind of like a ruined city, like these little round-headed puppets in a ruined city. Yeah, it's not on the front page anymore, so I'll quit looking while I'm on stream. But yeah, it. Oh, hey, unknown girl, how you doing? Yes, gibberish sim language. Yeah, so it sounds this language in this movie sounds a little bit like Japanese, but it doesn't make any sense, and it's kind of intentional so that it works internationally. A lot of film festival movies, I think, did that. Instead of having it dubbed, it's much cheaper to just subtitle it in wherever, because you'll know ahead of time like where the film festival is that you're going to be entering, so you can have the subtitles done for that. And now with all this crazy machine translation and AI assisted translation, yeah, it's getting really out of control. That's too bad. It was on the front page forever, so I just kind of took it for granted I'd always be able to find it. Yeah, just like a simple 2-word language. So much classic Japanese kaiju monster stuff. We should have just a watch. Set up a Discord and just have a Japanese watch party. There's so much fun stuff on Amazon. How's it going, unknown girl? Thank you so much for becoming a patron. I really appreciate that. That's very sweet of you. So you and John, John in Japan, John, are my patrons. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, John hasn't after becoming a patron. So that's the thing. You have to come to Japan then, because if we ever get pizza, you never have to pay for it. So that's part of the. It's not indicated on the tier level, but I always pay for your pizza if you're a patron for my cartoon Patreon. Right. Oh, this is a weird. Oh, weird proportions. Right. Yeah, it's funny stuff. I think Japan is finally like, okay, let's do this streaming thing. They were kind of slow and reluctant for a while, and Chainsaw Man is becoming more popular. I have to watch that sometime. I have no idea what the story is. It's probably just one of those, another dark gothic anime with some blood, bloody violence. But yeah, now they're going all in. So catalog like different smaller studios and older catalogs and things. So a lot of the old Yakuza movies and the old, kind of pink cinema of the 70s is starting to show up. Some really good stuff. That with the decline of video rentals here probably, started to disappear, and owning a lot of, even like VHS and DVD is really expensive. If you buy stuff new, it's usually $70 or $80 for like old, older classic releases. They don't do a lot of like bargain stuff. Most of that is, if you get cheap kind of bargain stuff, it's old Hollywood, like 80s and 90s Hollywood. You can get like Back to the Future for $5 or whatever on disc. But yeah, I think with the decline of rental shops, which were very popular here, it became obvious that they needed to start doing. So they're doing the whole million Peacock and Discovery Plus and everything. They're doing a bunch of the streaming services now, but Amazon seems to be pretty dominant here. So they're offering other streaming services through Amazon as add-ons, which was something that cable TV and satellite did here a lot. They would have a package or whatever, but then there were a lot of channels that were only a la carte, and they were really expensive, like $30 a month for various channels. But they just they held that price. There wasn't a discount, there wasn't a trial or anything. If you want this, you pay this. And I think like the adult channels, there were some adult content satellite channels, and those were like $50 a month. Like, it's really, really crazy. Hey, Quartz Creation, how's it going? Oh, so Unknown Girl said here, I only found out Netflix has English voice actors for some movies. Oh yeah. Sometimes if your language is like set to default, I've had that sometimes where I'll start watching something and it'll be in English and the voices are kind of strange, and then I notice that the lips aren't matching, the lip movement isn't matching, and then realize that it defaults to the English language dub sometimes, depending on the settings. And that's only when you watch. Only like if I'm in Japan watching German or Scandinavian content or whatever, it'll do that. Oh, nice. Quartz has a friend that was in a Netflix movie. That's great. Oh, his band. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, that has to be awesome to be in a band. I remember that in Sopranos, a lot of like the local, because what's his face, the creator of Sopranos is really likes rock music, so he would get a lot of local New Jersey bands to be in some of the scenes, some of the bar scenes, playing live, but they would change their names, so they'd be credited but they would always have some kind of like funny novelty name. Hey K5, how's it going? Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, Unknown Girl, thank you. Yeah, let me check without battling the description. Uh, oh, yeah, what is that? Yeah, there's all this like gibberish. I wonder if that's an untranslatable, if that's some Japanese or some untranslatable. Thank you so much. I'll change that in the uh yeah, I'm just copying and pasting kind of this default text. So it might be something locked in the. That's weird. I wonder what that is. There's a space there. Okay. Okay, now I think I've got it. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what that is. A little nonsense. I don't know if Restream did that or what. Let's go. It used to be funny, like in the 80s, they would put bands, you kind of would sometimes discover music by more obscure bands if they were in the movie, like they're playing the prom scene or whatever, like the prom band in some, teen movie or something. Yeah, you could discover some music sometimes, but then, once like MTV and stuff happened, oh man, am I dating myself? Once MTV happened, then discovery was a lot easier. It wasn't only the radio. So it used to be, once upon a time, the only way you would discover music is from your friends, going to record stores, or the radio. Yikes. Now it's very different. But now music has been devalued so much. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's nice too that Netflix, the production for a lot of stuff that's going on streaming, like places like Netflix, it's not just L.A. anymore. It's Georgia, has a big production. Chicago was doing a lot of movies for a while, and so some of the different parts of the U.S. were doing tax credits and stuff to get TV and movie production. So you're seeing stuff come from a lot of various places and getting a more better scenery. Everything doesn't look like Southern California anymore, so that's good. All right. But still, that's the frustrating part. Maybe it's not quite the same anymore, because you can, I've heard a lot of people talking about, you don't have to show up if your representation can get you an audition for parts. A lot of people now are just sending taped auditions, which is just video files, so recorded auditions. So you can actually live in more reasonable parts of the world and not miss out, like not have your career handicapped by location and not being able to physically go to audition for things. So that's good that that's changing. But I think the golden era of streaming may be over, because it sounds like with Discovery, Warner Brothers Discovery, whatever it's called, doing all the slashing of production and employees, that's gonna, other places are gonna kind of follow that. So we may not see the huge variety of content anymore. And because I think the subscriber numbers and everything are starting to stagnate, they don't have an infinite number of like new countries to open up to Netflix. I think things are pretty saturated. So we'll see. Oh yeah, I've seen that too. Yeah, I've seen actors like set up a YouTube channel and they put some of their like samples of some of their stuff, and that might be in a real easy way, because then if somebody wants to see something you've done, and if you don't have much of a reel yet, whatever that's called, like not a highlight reel, but just a sizzle reel, whatever, the cuts of your scenes in movies and TV. If you don't have much of a resume yet, that's a good way to put some kind of performance to give people some idea of what you're capable of. That's got to be, I definitely am not cut out to have that kind of life, like that life of constant rejection, the getting having visual work criticized is enough, because you can kind of separate yourself from it a little bit. But to be rejected for your appearance or your your intonation or whatever, has to be grueling. That's why you end up pretty crazy by the time you become successful as an actor. All right. And believe in, just like baseball players or whatever, you believe in all kinds of superstition and nonsense, because if you made it, you have no idea how you made it. It must have been that Scientology. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I think I'm older than Jack Black, so I would not be able to take much of a beating. And if he keeps doing too many of those Jumanji Jumanji roles, I ain't going to be doing that. Yeah, that's got to be. Yeah, speaking of thankless work, the stunt doubles and stand-ins for actors, that has to be rough. Hopefully people will treat you well, but and I guess too, if you are like a real good physical match for somebody and there's not a lot of people that look like that, then maybe you have a little bit more power. But I can't imagine. Yeah, there's some funny, like, I remember there was some shot of Carrie Fisher's body double and her both in their slave Leia bikinis, sunning, tanning themselves, the same amount on the set of Return of the Jedi. There's funny stuff like that. Yeah, I guess, yeah, and some tiny actors, especially if you have the same build and are the same size as like Tom Cruise or whatever, that has to be pretty lucrative because that's not common. Oh really? Oh, Jack Black, is it with KG, with what's the band, what's their yeah, I heard, was that true, that he actually had his partner from the group? Oh, that's right. I haven't been watching his YouTube lately. I'm sure he's talking about that on YouTube. But is that true that his partner from the band had some pretty bad drug problem and was in rehab or something? Had some health scare? That's crazy. I saw something about that. I'm not sure, and it could have been a joke. For all I know, it could have just been a little trolling. Tenacious D, yeah. Yeah, I heard that. I saw something that KG, his partner for Tenacious D, had a little rehab stint or had some sort of health related problem to drugs. But I don't know. I don't remember what that was. And it could have been a work. It could have just been a joke. Because maybe they're both very clean, and so it's funny for them to pretend to have substance abuse problems. Who knows? But all right. I don't know. Let's see what we've got so far. I like this weird lid. Might do something with that. Yeah, refilling the refilling one of those fast food lid, cup things is always weird, and they're getting cheaper and cheaper too. It feels like the wax on the cups and everything just is doesn't last very long at all. I forget where it was. I got a drink from someplace with ice, and yeah, it literally was like the cup was just about to fall apart. Just sitting for a couple of hours, it was gone. So they're making them very lightweight now. Yeah, Kyle Gass. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know if that's true enough, but that was really surprised because they're not young. So let's see. Oh, we've had some crazy couple of crazy deaths lately. Gallagher died. I can't believe Gallagher died. I wonder if his brother Gallagher 2 is still around. Yeah, they're touring. That's cool. European tour. Yeah, that may have been a joke. I saw something, and it was just like a little blurb or whatever, but it may have been haha funny because they're both not, that age anymore. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so I'm not trying to spread any rumors. I have no idea. No idea what I'm talking about, but yeah, that popped up when I thought of Tenacious D. That's what I thought of right off. Huh. All right. Yeah, and then the voice of Batman from the animated series. He was only in his 60s, too. I wonder if he was a smoker or something. People, when they die in their 60s, I'm always suspicious that they, smoked most of their younger life. But yeah, Mark Hamill did a bunch of, and a lot of the illustrators, too. A lot of, people that have worked on Batman drew Morning Joker drawings, or that animated series Joker. Because of the no more voice. But they've been using a lot of different voices for Batman. But his is like definitely very... what's going on here? Very iconic. And that was, I think, the biggest success. That 90s, Batman animated series was kind of the biggest like resurgence of Batman. So his name, after the Tim Burton films, Batman on TV was that animated series, and it was really done so well. I'm glad they gave some talented people a chance to make a good looking series. All right. Yeah, something with that would work. Nice. Yes. So. Oh yeah, but I guess Gallagher, the comedian that smashed the watermelons with the hammer in the 80s. Yes, I guess he is old. He had a brother, and I guess originally his brother, so that they could tour more, his brother looked enough like him that he, grew his hair and did, had the mustache and everything. So he would tour as Gallagher, and they would just like, so every night you didn't know who you were getting because the set was the same and the jokes were the same, and he's like a prop comic, so it was just a lot of prop humor. So his brother could convincingly do it, but then they had some sort of falling out, and then his brother started touring separately, so they were competing for dates in cities. Gallagher and Gallagher 2. I think they had to settle it legally. But I wonder if Gallagher 2 is still alive. They didn't ever have to announce that Gallagher died. They could just keep touring as Gallagher 2. Not lose that money. All right. Well, I do have this like weirdly wrapped sandwich. But yeah, that looks better. A lot of milk cartons. That was the warm-up. It's amazing how many of those stories you hear with musicians and comedians and people that do like live shows and touring. Like they'll get a family member, their uncle or their brother or whatever, to be their manager and handle all the business. And if they start doing really well, the amount that the manager is making, the percent or their salary or whatever, isn't enough, and so they get frustrated. It's a family member. It's like, why is he making millions of dollars and I'm still making, this manager's salary? And so then money starts disappearing, and it's amazing what family will do to each other. You'd think, hey, we're family, let's not destroy each other or ruin each other's careers. But, especially if it's like a brother, like sibling rivalry and stuff, I'm sure takes over. Why are you famous? And I'm just your manager. But that's, it's funny. That happens. It's happened a few times. And then the child stars, the parents taking the money from the, working kids. I think there's a lot of a lot more rules, like a lot more laws about that now. But back in the day, younger actors that basically would have had to never work again after their teen years, and if they gave up acting, from royalty checks and stuff, would have lived comfortably. But their parents spent it all, so they got nothing. Yeah, I don't know what I was talking about. That might have been a joke. That might have been like some kind of thing that went over my head. Yeah. Toei Studios junk films. Looks like they're putting all their crazy 70s cinema up online. Oh man. Yeah. I think for much longer, because remember, like adult films, like X-rated films, were in theaters in the 70s, and I think that stayed for much longer in Japan, even when home video started, that there were movie theaters, because the stories were pretty elaborate. Actually, the stories for a lot of those 70s like adult films were pretty interesting and elaborate, and there were a lot of like weirdly, there were romantic films. One of the more famous. I don't technically. I think it's just a romance movie. It had, love scenes, but I don't think it was like technically pink cinema, which is the term that they used in Japan for that kind of softcore 70s stuff. But they put a lot more thought into it and everything. And what was it? Double Suicide. The English title would have been Double Suicide. It was one of the more famous movies of that era, and it's just a story of two married people that have an affair, that fall in love and have an affair, and they realize the only way to be together is to kill themselves together, and so they go to some they go on some holiday and tragically kill themselves to be together. So Double Suicide. Very Japanese romance style. But a lot of elaborate stories like that. So not simple. Simple stuff. And then there's a lot of by the time you get to the 80s, a lot of cheesy sci-fi stuff. All right. Okay, so this fast food stuff I think works. So let's just select it. No, the move tool, and select it. There we go. But remember, stop using the move tool, because it's got all the wrong. Whoa! Don't have that. It's all the keyboard shortcuts are wrong with the move tool. What's going on? So wait, move tool, and what do I do? How about copy paste? I thought I did this before, or maybe just do this and then do this and then fuck off. Oh, I have to put it in the menu of the other one, I think. How come I don't know how to do this anymore? This is sad. I thought I could just drag it. Copy, paste. There we go. Control C, Control V does it again. Yeah, I forgot. I thought I used to just drag stuff over. Nice. Very Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, but like a modern sense, and they were just like regular people that accidentally fell in love and knew there was no way to be together, and because there's divorce is not so common, especially in that time, like 70s or 80s, much less common. So just to make it more romantic. I wonder if that actually there was anybody that did that, like there's any copycats based on that film, because that was the problem in the 90s, I think Japan really got into, like, the Japanese horror. They also got into kind of this. So there was like the Ju-on, the Curse, and the Ring, and those kind of ghost movies, which weren't very bloody. They were just very creepy. But there was also the real bloody, real bunch of movies that were made in Japan that were really bloody, and not like the comedy ones, but were actually like legitimately like very realistic special effects. And one of them was called something like The Garden, and it was about a serial killer that would dismember his victims alive, so kind of like dissecting them, like almost like a, like a butcher, or like a scientific dissection. And it was so realistic that it freaked a lot of people out. And then there was a copycat, an actual killing in Japan, a copycat killer that killed someone. His victim was killed in that way, similar to the movie. And then they found a copy of the VHS at the guy's apartment, and they said, "Okay, those movies, no more. You can't make those movies anymore," and they're banned. So very quickly, Japan banned those movies because they. So it had just had one kind of famous copycat. And so, yeah, you people aren't responsible enough to watch your gory movies. So we'll be taking those away now. So that's why most of the stuff that got popular outside of Japan is the ghost stories and the not very gory stuff, because that became forbidden because it... But there's some seriously, messed up loners in Japan. All right, something like that for this one. Like on a really creepy scale. Like, yeah. And I guess because it's the population density, like there probably are plenty of people like that in other countries, but they probably live more rurally, or they're hidden. They are more hidden in urban situations, whereas they're very obvious and easy to find in Japan. So you find some really scary, scary people that just have a strange atmosphere. Like something is just not right. All right. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to talk about that movie and then not be able to find the title. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I really blew it this Halloween. I usually like watching horror movies over the Halloween holiday, and I just missed my chance. I was trying to watch the Guillermo del Toro, the Cabinet of Curiosities, that little shorts thing, but for some reason Netflix decided to not work. So and that's a problem with too many streaming platforms. If one has some problems, you're just like, okay, that's, you get one chance, and then as soon as they blow that one chance, they're not going back. All right, wait, let's see here if I can come up with some. Okay, I'll move everything up maybe. Okay, this, and where's this? Up here. Oh, there we go. Kind of hiding behind. Look. All right. Yeah, I have got to do holiday cards or something this year. I've been really bad about that with relatives at home. I'll try to get motivated to do that and get back in touch, because I can start visiting people now. So it would be nice to, be more in touch than just, messages on Facebook or whatever. Oh, wow. Yeah, right, right. That's funny. Yeah, it definitely, streaming, like, so much availability has changed how we view stuff, and also the tolerance. Like, I always thought I was especially tolerant, and I'd give stuff a chance, and I'll watch a little bit more and see if it gets any better. And now, and I think because you get punished for doing that on platforms like Netflix and Hulu and stuff, because they've got some of their original stuff is real shit. And so if you give it too much of a chance, you waste too much of your life. But I never thought I was like that. Oh, no, no, I give it a couple of minutes and then just turn it off. But I think you have to become, they're forcing you to view things in that style, or else you just get like bogged down with like, is this ever going to get good? You never want to feel like that, be like hours into something. Yeah, unless you know going in that it's going to suck, then then it's you're kind of hate watching or doing it intentionally. But yeah, I can't believe how much stuff now I just don't have patience for, because I don't think I've ever walked out of a movie theater, and I've seen some pretty terrible movies, but just kind of like, whatever, we're here, kind of thing. But I know there are plenty of people that have walked out on movies. So giving up on streaming stuff was pretty rare too, but it started to happen a lot more. Yeah, it's very funny. Yeah, I definitely. I'm gonna try to get more productive around the holidays this year and do Christmas and New Year's cards. Yeah, just since not doing having the gallery stuff, because I would produce like Christmas cards to sell basically around the holiday times, and once that stopped, then I for personally I just got very it's terrible. But yeah, it'd be good to get back in touch with everybody and say, hey, maybe we can get together now. So what is this? Oh, there we go. Chocolate and orange juice. Something would be good. Natural enemies. Yeah, I'll do that some other color. Or should it be what's the joke here? It's a bag of something, so it could be cookies or potato chips or something. But thinking making it something chocolate and then having orange juice. Be oh yeah, so maybe the little one is orange juice, the big one's milk, and the milk is trying to explain what a mistake it's making. What a mistake the chocolate is making by choosing orange juice. All right, that'll work. Maybe blue for the milk. Not too green. Let's see what this looks like. All right. And then do this. What a mistake. Yeah, I like this weird thing I always do for cartons. It always looks like to me it always looks like those old 70s, oops, old 70s store brands. All right. And the bag should have maybe something more yellowy. All right. Maybe just one big cookie on the front. There we go. The mistake of choosing orange juice over milk. All right, there we go. Ew, chocolate and orange juice. Oh, thanks, unknown girl. Just trying to think of something. Let's do the red. And see, I don't have to worry about sustainability or hurting the planet, so all of my straws are still plastic. And now McDonald's here has paper straws. It's all falling apart. Maybe, yeah, yellow. That's too directly McDonald's, isn't it? I guess it doesn't matter. Maybe blue. Yeah. Oh, actually, let's put these on a different layer. Just in case. Jeez, come on. There we go. All right, and something a little bit off-white, actually, so the plastic reads more plasticky. Oh, on this layer. And some writing, maybe, on the sandwich. And how it always has the name of things sometimes. I think that's actually gone, isn't it? They used to have wrappers that would have, you know, like whatever the name of the sandwich printed on it a bunch of times, but I think those are gone. Should have something yellow or something in this. Yeah, I'm still not sure what the joke is. Something about refill, ice refills, something. I don't know. Yeah, maybe some refill joke. They were both on their third refill. A little bit brighter. All right, and maybe some sweat, because if they've been used for a while, some condensation on the cups. Does that read? Maybe I'll lighten it up a little bit. There we go. There we go. Oh, yeah, sauce packets? Yeah. I was gonna do just like, yeah, they already had multiple refills. Okay, I don't know what the joke is. Yeah, sauce would be good. Or fries, like the lack of fries. Oh, maybe I should do a. I haven't done this before, but I think this would actually look good. So those lids are transparent. Oops. Oh. Oh. It's not there. It's... Where is it? Where is this? Where is this? Here? Yeah, where is that fill? That's really weird. But I'm drawing on top of that. Oh, come on. Where's my layers? So there's no reason. Maybe just do this and then I'll do multiply. All right, and then... Oh, but then I'll have to cut it back. There we go. Yeah, I haven't done that before. I don't know why. Make the lid look more plasticky. So that cola color is terrible, isn't it? It doesn't read. And maybe a little more red. I didn't want it to look like coffee, but where is this? There it is. Oh yeah, yeah. No, that's a good idea. Oh yeah, no, these aren't supposed to be coffee. I didn't want it to look like coffee. They're supposed to be cola. It's supposed to be cola. It's supposed to be a cola joke. So yeah, I didn't want it to. If there's condensation on your coffee, something crazy's going on. Just do a little puddle of soda and put an ice cube in it. I think. All right. There we go. So these 3 layers just to draw that. Okay. So it could be even smaller, actually. Yeah, napkins or sauce packets. Yeah, maybe just napkins. Might be okay without it. Oh, and I think to sell it being carbonated might help. So some very small bubbles. There we go. Okay, now it should read more like cola. I hope. Ah, damn. So what's happening here? Yeah, what's a sauce? Yeah, it's crazy. You don't get defaults only with chicken nuggets. Do you get like sauce for anything in Japan? And they usually don't. At least McDonald's has like weird rules. They conserve things and they charge you. It's pretty expensive for just like one little thing of barbecue sauce or whatever. It's surprisingly expensive. Yeah, it's very very weird. The other restaurants don't do that, so maybe to compete or to differentiate themselves, they're not super stingy. But McDonald's chose that as a a hill to die on, making you pay for sauces. All right, but they have some pretty amazing ones though. The that burnt garlic for their spicy hot chicken nuggets was pretty insanely good. That was weird. That didn't have to be that good. Okay, two different sizes. Getting refills. Actually, where's the red? Here. Yeah, I'll do a black line too. There we go. Looks a little more clear plastic than usual. Yeah, the paper wouldn't wrap on the side, but oh yeah, ketchup and mustard. Yeah, they have packets of ketchup, like little tubs, like the barbecue sauce, but they don't give that to you by default, and you have to ask, and then I think you have to pay. So it's very strange. And that's just a McDonald's thing for some reason. So it must be a cost cutting. They somebody got the brilliant idea. Some bean counter said, "Hey, do you know we lose $1 million every 10 years on giving free ketchup, or 1 million yen?" All right. Yeah, I'll think about it, but I think that's enough. It's gonna get crowded soon. There we go. More fast food jokes. All right. Oops. Inside here. There we go. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's crazy how it's just when these they get the wrong idea about how to cut costs or save money. Especially when things are franchises too, they can decide kind of independently. Those are the rules. Yeah, I think some Asian countries do. Was it Middle East? Somebody charges you for toilet paper, and you get by the square of toilet paper. So for American tourists, I'm sure that's terrifying. I want giant fistfuls. Yeah, something strange is going on there. Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, that's not visible. And some pure white on the ice cube. There we go. Sparkling bubbles. All right. Something like that. refills or 2 refills or... There we go. Okay. Oh, did I do... I didn't do the eyes on this one either, did I? Oh, I didn't even finish the shadows. Yeah, I just did the coloring. Okay, well, we'll go back and do that. I don't know why I thought that was done. Maybe I was just so relieved to have thought of something to make with that drawing. Here? No, that's terrible. Here. Oh yeah, then the transparency looks extra. And we'll make everything animate. The ice cube with eyes is even more disturbing. It's like an insect frozen in the ice. All right, there we go. Okay, let's finish this. I don't know why I was like, oh, done. Weird. Oh, that blue is really wrong. I want like a bright navy blue. Yeah, like not that bright, but something that looks like... There, something more like that. There we go. Okay. Hey, Yum, how's it going? Good to see you. Hope everything's going good for you. All right. Oh yeah, I put like a shadow. Yeah, this is all going to be in shadow, isn't it? I'll brighten some of it up, but... And then this whole section too. Yeah, that looks better though, more mysterious. Maybe some... Let's do that. Yeah, that works. And then do the creases lighter. Yeah, that brownness should be different color too. Oh well. It's not quite right. Yeah, something's off for me with the color of this cartoon. I don't know what it is. Whoops. All right. Oh, maybe a line here. There we go. Nice. And then, yeah, eyes in the... on the shadow side, and then yeah, maybe like this. Was making a huge mistake choosing orange juice. All right. It's a little too much highlight. It's looking metallic. Yeah, maybe that's plenty. Okay. Whoa. Sorry. I don't know if you can even see that, but my view is changing radically. Oh, actually, let's just go straight across here so it looks like it's more cast in shadow, and then cut this down a little bit. Okay. Get the cookie crumbs. Yeah, exactly. Orange juice was just supporting role of orange juice. Yeah, I don't want to make those look too bright. I think that's pure white too, so it's not gonna show up. Yeah, it's not gonna show up. Okay. Maybe just clean up the line. Yeah, make it a little sharper. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of muddy. Those colors are kind of odd. I think it's coming. Oh, no, but the bag should be shiny. Let's do that. We'll do some, yeah, like this on the bag. So it can be full of shiny, shiny cookies. There we go. All right. Supportive orange juice. Oh no. Oh no. He's really nice, doesn't call you any cheeky slurs. How to approach it. He's so nice. I'm not used to that. Ah, there you go. Dating advice. Well, back in the previous millennia, when people would date, yeah, or previous century, I guess, yeah. I wasn't around for the whole millennia. So previous century dating advice. Yeah, but nice on the internet and nice in person, I think, are two different things. If it's yeah, purely online, I don't think you can get a real good sense of, because people, you know, create things for themselves. They create, they act very different, and that's why the you know, apps and online dating is so weird, is because you can spend a lot of time communicating with someone online and have this image, and I think it's because you fill in too much of the blanks with your own idealized, you know, version, because you want it to be a certain way. But yeah, too much not face to face, not real life interaction is not good, because things get really distorted. That's the it was a while ago, but I remember some, I don't know if people were just posting them. I think it was just people that were posting them. They had been having some online relationship for, like, you know, a long time, like a year or so, and they're finally going to meet, and so they'll have a friend follow them with a video camera and record the first meeting, and it's always like the physical, like the whole thing of being in someone's physical presence and everything. is completely different. And that's like the first thing that we, like, you see someone, like the love at first sight thing, you see someone and you have a reaction to their physical everything, just how they feel and how they look and how they sound and everything. You respond to that. So take that all away, or have it like the digital version of it, and you just get super creeped out. That's funny. Yeah, demand some slurs. Good. That's good advice, K5. To say, listen, if you can't do the cheeky slurs, then maybe this isn't. I'm just so amazed. The what is it? The nice guys. Whoa, nice guys subreddit or whatever. I can't believe how the younger generation, the like third thing you say to a girl, and this is like could be somebody in your class, like a classmate or somebody that goes to your school. The third thing you say to them is send nudes. It's just like, okay, you're opening up a whole, yeah, very weird trust thing that doesn't exist. But that's really really mind blowing. When you see those screen capped chats, and people are just like barely, oh yeah, I think I know who you are from this class, whatever. It just quickly degenerates. That's probably the yeah. There's probably good reasons for that too. That's part of their whole. Whoop. Oh no shadows on those water drops. Their whole thing. All right. Bobs, yeah, right. And maybe it all started with all the Indian guys, the all the Indian guys that got online and just started. Crazy bitch, nice. All right. What is going on here? There we go. All right. I don't know how I'm going to write these. I have no idea what's going on. This might be a little bit easier. But, okay, we'll see. Why is there an ice cube? All right, there we go. Do you guys see that story? I mean, there's a lot of stories like this, but the most recent one, the teacher, and I can't remember where it was, but the teacher that had an OnlyFans with her husband, and she filmed a scene for her OnlyFans in the school, after hours. She was claiming it wasn't on work time or whatever, but it doesn't matter. It's still got to freak parents out. So she filmed something in a classroom for her OnlyFans, and then it got found out. And I guess supposedly you can region block. So she said, I did everything I could to take precautions, and I blocked Arizona. That's right. She said I blocked all of like Arizona, so that my students shouldn't have been able to find it. But of course somebody did. And like, she obviously isn't very like internet savvy or tech savvy, because the regional blocks and IP blocks are very easy to get around. there's free, VPNs and stuff that'll get you right around all of that. So her stuff got out and circulated all around. Of course, the students sent it to each other and everything. And it's really hardcore. Like, her OnlyFans stuff is totally hardcore. And she had a Twitter also that she used to promote the OnlyFans, and that had a bunch of hardcore videos and stuff on it. So that had to be amazing, like just super shocking for the students to have that passed around and be like, and they fired her really fast, so that there wasn't any time for students to be like weird and uncomfortable in class with her, maybe. But she said also then, big, and who knows how big the city was that she was in, but that then she couldn't even go to the gym or anything because everyone is like pointing, and she could tell everyone knew, and everyone has seen her her leaked OnlyFans. But and so the whole point of that was her justification, though, was that they weren't paying her enough at the school, so she was being forced to do this. She had no choice. And so you need to feel sorry for her. She's a victim. She's a financial trouble caused this. So it's a little strange. But that's funny that's becoming a thing. Your teacher's OnlyFans account. But the reason that it got a lot of press is because she had a YouTube channel under her OnlyFans name, and did this whole long statement that I think she thought was going to fix things or whatever, or wanted to tell her side of the story. But now, with all the news reporting, her real name and her OnlyFans name are now forever linked, and so anybody can find her content. I think the OnlyFans account is gone, but I think a lot of the other social media is still around, so that's going to follow her forever. But in a situation like that, then don't you just have to, if you're never going to be able to teach again, then you just have to lean into the OnlyFans. So I don't know why she deleted the account. Or maybe that was part of some, agreement. Maybe she had to sign something with the school board to avoid legal ramifications. But the biggest thing that the parents were upset about was that she filmed at the school. That was a real real weird thought to have, that would be okay. Like, if that was ever found, that wouldn't freak anybody out. Oh yeah, they did the shame scene from Game of Thrones. Yeah, but I was really surprised. I mean, things have gotten very normalized, so she felt very justified in defending her position. And if it's at will, or I guess I don't know Arizona's law, but if it's employment at will and whatever, they can put whatever kind of moral requirements on your employment, especially if you're working around kids. But it just was very funny that because I know there's been social media trouble with teachers, like vacation photos, like bikini vacation photos, or holding alcohol in social media photos have gotten teachers in trouble. But this is the first time that I heard that happened to a teacher, and then her defend it really strongly. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. She didn't say there's nothing wrong. She said she was forced to do it. That was her justification. So, yeah, I don't know. But a very long statement on YouTube. So, of course, the press, loved that. The blogs, the blogosphere went crazy. Yeah, right. Your baby, the papers you get returned, like, is this yikes. Yeah, it's a funny thing, the way that and just like I was talking about the online and reality, like, those things don't, you can have all of the thought that that's fine and that's a valid way to earn money and everything, but then interacting with that person in real life, or thinking about having that person teach your kids or whatever, it's like, okay, well, wait a minute. I don't know, I'm old. Uh, that's crazy. But I'm still, yeah, definitely from that generation where you barely ever saw your teachers outside of school. Like I don't think I had him, but a science teacher at my high school was a young, young 30s something, maybe as in young early 30s guy. He played on my dad's like softball team, and so I knew him from that. I didn't have him at school, but he had a gorgeous young, a little bit younger wife. So, uh, pretty young wife, and had a lot of, because he, for a public school, he was young and attractive, and had some of the girls in our class like always over at his house, like whatever, studying or whatever. But then rumors got out that something had happened between him and some of the students, and I think he just moved away. I didn't hear like exactly, I don't remember exact details, but yeah, I don't think there was any criminal charges, but he just disappeared. But yeah, if you need that much attention, though, maybe you shouldn't be a school teacher. It's crazy. But that's the thing they're talking about too. Is it's the kind of that generational thing, because we're getting a lot of teachers, like a lot of people like my age and a little bit older had really old teachers. So teachers that had been already teaching for like 30, 40 years, the ancient teachers that were then, retiring out. So then new teachers started, and then so the kind of bad combination of a lot of 20-something teachers teaching high school with social media, and you be able to like, you up your your teacher, your 20-something teacher when you're in your like late teens is yeah, that's tricky. And especially if it's that small town thing where it's a girl that married young or whatever, and now she has an opportunity to get a lot of attention from really dumb, horny young guys. That's recipe for disaster. But yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, just the statement was the funny part. Her long explanation. It's like you don't need to. There's no point. They're not going to give you your job. They're like, oh, it was a money thing. Well, then have your job back. And if you need to use the principal's office, actually would be the coolest place to film. So if you need that, you can have access to that every other Wednesday. Uh, yeah, it's funny. America is still super uptight, So you gotta know that, and regardless of like what exists out there, yeah, I think America for the most part is still a bunch of crazy uptight deniers of everything. And just the fact that violence, blood and gore and dismemberment is not as forbidden as sexual content in the U.S. still is still the biggest clue that how uptight American culture still is. And I think that's very, from the outside, a lot of people think that's very funny. How America seems very free, and there's a lot of crazy things going on in America. But actually, ultimately the public isn't comfortable with things. So I thought we were cool with this. Yeah, it's surprising. Yeah, because yeah, Japan is a really weird. I think probably both Germany and Japan are really weird examples, because they have a lot. I mean, they have a huge pornography industry, huge sex services, kind of businesses, bars, and stuff. But it's not. It's very still feels very repressed. Like you don't know how people would actually get the idea to ever work in any of these industries with how repressed and kind of not talked about, sexuality and stuff is. in Japan. There is no that's so things like that. There is no the talk. Like parents talking to their kids about when they're in their adolescence about sexuality and puberty and everything. That doesn't exist. There is no the talk. In fact, a lot of women still use like when talking to a doctor about anything related to sexuality or anything, it's still the phrase is down there. There's not even, they won't even use medical words to describe their bodies. It's just down there. That's still a thing. So you can see, there's a lot of weird repression in that way. Yeah. So that's very, very weird, but very different from the U.S. They do have the class where they separate the boys and the girls. I have not ever seen an example of what they show or what they teach, but it's probably very like super clinical and just describing, kind of the factual details of things. And they don't talk about birth control in schools at all. And the thinking is, just like the culture here has a lot of like weird assumptions about things. If you teach someone about birth control, then they're going to have sex. Then that instantly means they're going to go sex crazy and have sex. And so girls don't want to go on the pill. If they have a boyfriend or they're dating or whatever, they don't want to go on the pill because they think that's a sign to all men that they are available and free and, ready to go. They're DTF. So it's very funny. Yeah. Yeah, definitely very modest about things. You don't ever talk directly. If you are a woman, especially like a divorced woman or like a single woman, you can't talk to your doctor about any stuff without having to take a little bit of that 50s shaming. Like they had a good scene like that in Mad Men, where the secretary Peggy, the Peggy character wanted to get fitted for a diaphragm or something. She had some kind of birth control. She was going to go on some kind of birth control, and the doctor did this like horrible thing where it's like, well, don't let this make you feel like you can be the town pump just because you won't get pregnant. The doctor said really shitty things to her, and I think that's the same. That the same thing is true in Japan. That especially male doctors feel that they're able to just shame women for taking control of their reproductive abilities. And yeah, it's very, very strange, very from another time. Oh yeah, health class. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we had health class where they would kind of run through everything. They didn't separate. Or no, they did. They did in late elementary school. Like I think right before girls got their period, they had the special informational assembly for the girls to talk about, you may need to start using this and this, and you may, so this could happen. This is going to change things. There wasn't really anything for the boys. The boys just sat and picked their noses and whatever. There wasn't any special information for the boys. But then health class, was when they put the condom on the banana and showed you the cross sections of everyone's hips. Not everyone, but a diagram of the anatomy. I remember that was I think I was already out of school by then, but they were talking about like schools getting in trouble for like distributing condoms and stuff, because that was the parents thinking, it's like, oh great, now you're telling our kids to have sex. But so it was very, very funny. Yeah, so it's very different. Yeah, there is no the talk here, so that doesn't even come up with kids here. It's very strange. So then, and especially now with the internet, I think a lot of kids, their education is online porn. Maybe that's true in America too. So their idea of, the mechanics of sex is pretty extreme. But I think that comes up, the choking and a lot of stuff comes up pretty early. Like I never had anybody ask me to choke them when I was school age. So I can't even imagine that coming up in like high school with a high school girlfriend. But now it's all, yeah, it's all out there. So people think, oh, this must be part of it. Because if it's on the menu, that means everything is on the menu. Yeah, it's really crazy that but hopefully because of the internet and like, access to information, because if this happened pre-internet, it would be a nightmare. Like women would be doomed. There'd have to be like almost this underground railroad of being able to get free being able to get legal abortion. So there would be these sanctuary states and that people would have to be secretly whisked away to. But now with the internet and things, and states like California, where I'm sure they're going to probably give you some sort of voucher or whatever to travel travel for those purposes. But yeah, leaving it up to states is huge creates huge differences in like standards of living and stuff, state to state. Now I think it reinforces, so some states with poor people, those poor people are going to be a lot poorer if they can't. And I guess YouTube is probably not a great place to debate this, but yeah, poor people are going to get poorer, and rich people are going to have even fewer children. It's not a good dynamic. Oh, my OnlyFans. Yeah, I'm still working on that. My OnlyFans. Yeah, I wanted to like because there are a lot of like non whatever OnlyFans. I wanted for the gaming channel as a joke to set up an OnlyFans and do post stuff on there, but then constantly then we could plug an OnlyFans on the weekly live stream and visit our OnlyFans, making people checking it out just as a joke. Sexy dice rolling. Joking but respectfully. Nice. Mm. Yeah, it's really I think that's a huge mistake. And there they had the ability, like when the Supreme Court decision came in, they had the ability to say, okay, they fucked it up, and then we're gonna, the word they kept throwing around is codify it. They could have. They had control of both houses of Congress and didn't. So obviously there's some. It's just weird that it's such an issue in the U.S. I don't think there's any other country in the world that like goes back and forth, has two sides to that. It's either completely forbidden because women are second class citizens, or it's like, of course. So it's very amazing that America can have this debate. So you basically, you got to choose. So they're letting states decide. So you can basically like look across a river and say, oh, look, that land over there, I would have a lot more freedom to live my life as I wished. Yeah. But thankfully, I think with the ability to get information and communicate and to reach out to people and privately have communication, like you could text message or DM people that could give medical, people with medical knowledge that could give you advice about what to do and where to go and everything that didn't exist before. So there won't be the nightmare of trying alternative methods or hurting yourself to try to stop something from happening. But who knows? There's still very poor parts of America, so that's not necessarily true that everybody has access to private private communication and then could actually spend the time or the money to do what they wanted to do. I don't know. It just, America looks pretty funny when they yeah, have such an. I guess it's just one of those things that's just so useful for politicians. They don't realize the damage they're doing to people's lives, but it's so useful to politicians and probably for fundraising to be on opposite sides of that issue. And the was it Herschel Walker in was it Georgia, where he was, pro-life, and then all those other women were coming out saying he paid for my abortion, he drove me to the clinic and paid for my abortion. It's like, so how pro-life are you? Yeah. All right, so let's do some. I'm letting the time just slip on by. Let's do some comments. Boom. All right, there we go. Yeah, that's right. This is how I found out the comment on the latest cartoon is I got featured. So somebody found my cartoon, The Fifth Brother, found my cartoon from it just being on the featured page on Go Comics. So that's pretty cool. But he walked right into a coffee cartoon. But that's encouraging that they're still supporting the strip. And they were just talking about the site, the Go Comics site is going to get a redesign. There's going to be new functionality and stuff added. So hopefully, it'll help discovery and everything on the site. Yay. So let's go back to I think we made it through December, didn't we? We're in, December 1st. I think we made it through all of the, let's check. I think we made it through all the December cartoons. I'm pretty sure. I just didn't have a chance to write it down. Let's see what the last one was. Oh, yeah. Yep, we did. So January. Okay, 2006. And I think we've only got a couple more months of daily. And then it's going to go to a few times a week. So the pace will move a little faster. There we go. So she tried to explain to the instant coffee that some things take time and need more than hot water. Instant coffee wants it now. All right. All right, free weights. So January 2nd, 2007. All right, that's right. We're in the next year. I should have known that. So New Year resolutions always brought the dumbbell a small amount of short-lived attention. So weights got lifted. Ooh, a grapefruit. January 3rd. Oh, sorry. I gotta make sure I get these up on the screen. She tried explaining to the sugar bowl how she could help with his sour morning mood. Oh, because he's a grapefruit. I don't know if that's actually drawn well enough to read as a grapefruit. But a sugar bowl and a grapefruit. Oh yeah, here's already the influence of Japanese erasers. Erasing the entire page was far less satisfying than he expected it to be. Look at the little eraser crumbs. All right, January 5th, 2007. Everything between them had gone well beyond the recommended dosage. Little NyQuil joke there, although that doesn't really look like NyQuil. Some kind of scissor. January 6th. A day that will live in infamy. Since being dropped, he now knew that any sweetness between himself and others was purely artificial. The dropped coffee mug. Yeah, it's hard. I drew a crack in it because I think drawing a chip is not going to read very well. Because mostly coffee mugs are chipped. You don't have cracked coffee mugs. But artificial sweetening joke. Now he had a videotape record of his disappointment. Eraser Crumbs is a good band name. Yes. Nice. Okay, I gotta make sure I'm liking all these so I don't repeat too much. January 8th. Oh, yeah, we skipped the 7th, did we? She knew it had to be the speaker making her sound that way. Yeah, so the feedback of the microphone feedback. Maybe should have done some like sound lines or something. I don't know. I don't think feedback jokes are really very good. The phone bill arrived regularly and without fanfare. There's a phone. Yeah, do you remember phone bills? Remember paper phone bills? Jeez, that's a thing of the past. Everything is online. Even like landlines, like paying for a phone in your house is becoming a thing people don't even do. They suddenly felt that the difference between 0. 0.7 millimeters and zero point 0.5 was gigantic. All right. Mechanical pencil jokes. You can tell I was already in Japan too long. The snow globe was an inaccurate souvenir of Hawaii. Yes, not a lot of snow. As monthly bills all turned to final notices, the organizer began to doubt his organizational skills. Bills being organized. All the caffeine in the world could not make up for a missing handle. Aw. Busted coffee mug. That's the worst thing, too, because you know you're never going to... Maybe Gorilla Glue can do it, but yeah, there really isn't much that's going to put a handle back on a mug that you're going to, you know, never worry about picking it up. All right. January 14th. After whipped cream, sprinkles, and sweet syrup, there was no dignity left in being coffee. Oh, man, those Frappuccinos have had it. I've totally owned them. All right. Undignified coffee. January 15th. He soon realized that there was nothing between on and off. So, yeah, I tried to draw the switch halfway in between. And it was nothing. There was no... His life was a binary. Yeah, that's right. K5. Yeah, that trust is not worth the cost of a new mug. Exactly. All right. 16th. A world where all decent radio was on satellite was far more horrible than anyone imagined. Yeah, that was the... well, this is actually 2005. Yeah, so I think that's when satellite radio was really taking off. They were putting it in cars, and a lot of people were going from terrestrial radio to satellite. So what was left on free radio was starting to be really bad. Yeah, because I think even Art Bell moved to satellite temporarily, and got tired of talking to truck drivers because the people that had satellite radios were mostly just cross-country truck drivers. The gum versus mint debate was endlessly exhausting. Did I like that last one? Yeah. Gum versus mint. All right. Ooh, some more pills. It was impossible that there were this many diseases. I've already been there. We've already been here. January 19th. It was impossible to explain to her that they were different means to the same end. Oh, yeah, I was just drawing one of these little counter bells. All right. Once all the Band-Aids were used, it was time to reinvent himself as an empty Band-Aid box. His outburst was far less satisfying than he imagined. That's a little crazy. So he did that all by himself. January 22nd. At this point, he would even tolerate non-alkaline batteries. Okay. Battery jokes. Gotta love them. January 23rd. At first, he thought he was growing blueberries, but then he knew there was something far more sinister and fuzzy. They were far more sinister and fuzzy. So mold and not blueberries. He was growing blueberries. Yeah, there's got to be a way to make that a much shorter. That's a chapter of a novel that should be cut down a little bit. Yeah, so just he thought he was growing blueberries, but it turned out to be far more sinister and fuzzy. Yeah, that's definitely a better way to say that. I'll put that in there. Sorry. Yay. 23rd. Okay. All right. January 24th. She obviously measured their love by the glassful. Like the olive with the little plastic sword through it. All right. And oh yeah, this was. I think I did a big. Oh, sorry. A big painting of this guy too. January 25th. He wished the special offer on his box had been left on a little longer. His leek-in cereal. Yeah, we need to clip coupons off of cereal boxes. She just wished for something less artificial. Sweetener jokes. January. Yeah, this was a March joke, but it's now being posted in January. How he ended up full of warm green beer and cigarette butts was anybody's guess. Happy St. Patrick's Day. The retirement of the Shamrock. This is all like what March. March cartoons being posted in January. The retirement of the Shamrock Shake. I probably should capitalize that. Meant a long hot summer was not far behind. The Shamrock Shake. Yeah. I added the blueberry bagel joke to be re-edited. I should have all the Photoshop files. All right. Packing a lunchbox with dirt was a less than subtle domestic protest. A lunchbox full of dirt. January 30th. No one considered the discarded aftermath of multiple paper airplane making. No one considered. Okay, no one considered it. Making several. January 31st. It was terrifying how one pink sample spoon could lead to such decadence. Look at that little plastic pink spoon. Oh, that was weird. I guess it makes sense, but during the pandemic, they wouldn't do samples at ice cream shops. You know, the little spoon samples, they wouldn't do it because they didn't want, people opening their mouths or whatever too close to each other. Yeah, so no free samples. And even Costco and everybody eliminated samples during the the darkest times. So February 1st, she was so emotionally lost that no handset locator could ever begin to find her. That's totally doesn't even exist anymore, does it? So the old cordless phones with the bases that you charge them on, if you didn't know where the headset was, there was sometimes some models had a button you could push it and make the phone ring, so you could find it if it was like stuck in the sofa cushions or whatever. All right. Oh, they're discontinuing the Shamrock Shake. They are discontinuing the McRib. Yeah, it's pretty rubbery. It's pretty mysterious. Like it's almost like how you think a dog chew toy, like one of the squeaky chew toys, would be to actually eat. It makes me think of that. It's a very it's very unsatisfying. I think they I don't think they have McRibs here. I don't think they there's no demand for it. They've tried just about everything, I'm sure, but they haven't didn't stick around. All right. Yeah, because there's a lot of good pork here. So yeah, pressed pork pieces. Yeah, it's just weirdly rubbery. I don't know what the process is, but however they make it, it's very weirdly rubbery. I think the sauce is the only thing that kind of saves it. McRib. Yeah, but it's so funny how much attention they can get to something that isn't even that good. I'm so sorry. Isn't even so good. But because of limited availability, then people are like, well, yeah, I got to try it because it's going to go away, and then I won't be able to try it. All right. Let's sneak back. Oh, no. To the writing. Okay. All right. Yeah, what? They were doing some strange... Oh, they're doing peanut butter and jelly Whoppers at Burger King here. Because there's an anime... I don't know if it's popular in America yet, or in outside of Japan yet, but... oh, sorry. God damn. Spy Family. The Spy X Family. Spy Family anime and manga is really popular. And I guess the little girl eats like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or something. So they are doing a limited peanut butter and jelly Whopper. So, and you can also get it separately. So you can get a Whopper with just peanut butter or a Whopper with just raspberry jelly. The raspberry jelly might not be that bad. But they even changed. There's one of the Burger Kings in Shibuya is all themed around the imaginary kind of fake Germany or fake Austria that the anime takes place in. So if you ever wanted a peanut butter and jelly Whopper, now is your chance. Okay, Milk was explaining why. Yeah, so kind of like one of those bad relationships trying to prevent a bad relationship. So being surprised how difficult it was to explain what a bad combination they would be. They were bad together. Yeah, Cookies fainting. Yeah, right, fainting Cookies. It does look like the carton is like holding it up. Yeah, the pose, the drawing was supposed to look more like the Cookies were just like, you can't, I won't leave her or whatever. I won't leave the tiny orange juice. He was surprised. I don't think this is right. How difficult it was to explain. No, that's way too long. It was common knowledge. So orange juice and chocolate cookies. A match made in hell. Would have to learn what a bad combination they made. Something about being a bad combination. Orange juice. Did that shut anything down? No. Okay. Let's see. The milk would have been stronger choice. Yeah. I think either the milk defending itself as a better choice, or I think that's a better and falling for. Oh yeah, because the bag looking like it fell over might be a better version. Yeah, that's milk being the superior choice. So Milk was surprised that chocolate cookies had being a better choice. I think, yeah, the idea of a better choice is good. The cookies, some cookies and orange juice might be okay, but chocolate and orange juice is pretty brutal. It's kind of like orange juice and toothpaste. Just not supposed to be together. Although they do make chocolate covered oranges and, you know, orange flavored chocolate, which I never quite understand. It's a very odd combination. Yeah, milk being the obvious choice. Milk always, but falling for is good too because the bag looks like it fell. Milk always thought. No way to understand how chocolate cookies could fall for orange juice. Chocolate oranges, really, yeah. Oh, that's so sweet, unknown girl. Thank you for making an account to follow me. I gotta be more active and do something to deserve you making that account. Let's see. Okay, so chocolate cookies falling for orange juice. Completely. I think it will imply that it's the obvious choice. Completely mystified, dumbfounded. What kind of word do we want here? What's a funny thing for milk to be? Confused. Bewildered. Bewildered's good. Befuddled. Milk being bewildered. This might be a better word. Bewildered. Milk. All right. Wilder-y. Okay. Chocolate cookies falling for orange juice. Completely bewildered. Milk. Bewildered. Completely. Orange juice and chocolate cookies after a McRib. That's asking for trouble. Chocolate cookies falling for orange juice. Completely bewildered. Milk. I think, yeah, bewildered is pretty good. Unhinged. Stupefied. Stupefied milk. Flummoxed. Bamboozled. Stunned. Astonished. Is that better than bewildered? Astonished. Perplexed, confused, very puzzled. Yeah, bewildered is pretty good. Upset, astonished, floored. Yeah, I think bewildered. Stupefy. At sixes and sevens. Had milk at sixes and sevens. What is even the origin of that? Old-fashioned U.S. Confused badly. Sixes and sevens in the office this week. Smart. Okay. What's the origin of that? Oh, come from. Here we go. It comes from at least the 1300s. Originally, the phrase rendered on 6 and 7 referred to a dice game thrown on 6 or 7 meant risking one's entire fortune. Till the 1600s, on 6s and 7s meant to take a careless risk, and now it just means completely confused, badly organized, or difficult situation. They had me at 6s and 7s, so it's about dice gambling. Weird. All right, so chocolate cookies falling for orange juice, completely bewildered milk. I think bewildered is pretty good. Flabbergasted. Yeah, flabbergasted. Milk became. Is that in here? Phased, flummoxed. Yeah, flabbergasted is good. Yum. Good choice. Higgledy-piggledy. The milk was higgledy-piggledy. Wonderful. Thank you, Thesaurus from hell. Thesaurus from the 1300s. All right. Well, we'll leave bewildered for now unless something better pops in. Oh, boy. Yeah, this is the one that I didn't even have an idea. They were on... maybe waiting for fries. Maybe waiting for French fries, because sometimes you know how there's nothing cooked, or if you ask for fresh fries or whatever, you have to wait, and it's like could be 10 minutes. Yeah, I think they say 10 minutes very often here if you want to wait for fries. They were on their third refills and still no sign of French fries. The sandwich is just waiting around. Everybody's just waiting around. They were on their third refills, which is nice. Let me check my phone just in case I've ruined somebody's life by stranding them at a train station. Nope, I think we're good. All right. They were on their third refills and still no sign of French fries. Yeah, I think I should say French fries instead of just fries. Their third refills and still no sign of French. Yes, a French fry-less meal. Sure. Yeah, right. It does look like that. It looks like the straw is confronting the ice cube. It was just a sloppy refill that ended up with an ice cube on the table. Yes, I think the missing French fries, I think, would be it's the best angle. All right. Oh, I should put one of those little number things. I'll put with those, those little order number things. But I think it'll come across without it. That would have been the yellow, though. Oh, yeah. All right, wait. Wait, can I fit this in? Everything is kind of frozen where it's at. Let me see here. Okay. Yeah, one of those number order deals might help get the thing across here. Maybe up a little bit. Yeah. Because there would be a reason for yellow in the scene. All right. All right. So where do we put him? He doesn't look like... This looks like I drew it later. Very much. Fuck. All right. Does that work? Yeah, actually, maybe not so tall, huh? Okay, let's see how this looks colored in. There's the yellow. Ta-dum. And I need a number, don't I? Let's put one under the shadows. What's a number between 1 and 9? A single digit number. What do we want? 5? How does a 5 look? Oh, actually, let's not use the font of the cartoon. Anybody have a favorite single digit number? That's too thick. 69. All right, I've got 4 in. K5 comes in with the 69. Oh, that's a good font. Okay, 4. There we go. Let's go ahead and raster that up a bit and then put it on the... There we go. It's actually there. Those numbers aren't so huge, are they? Make it a little smaller. Four. Maybe feed it a little bit so it's a little bit printed. And then put some... Waiting for the fries. And some eyes. Okay. There we go. Oh, thanks, Unknown Girl. Yeah. I was worried it was going to look added in, but it should be okay. Oh, let me put some a little more love into it here. There we go. Plasticky enough. Oh, thanks, Yum. Yeah. That was a missing thing. Obviously, if you're waiting for something, and I wanted the color. I wanted like one more color in there, and I didn't have any idea. There we go. Waiting for that. 4 is still a little silly looking. There we go. Okay, so they were on their 3rd refills and still no sign of French fries. All right, the long wait for French fries. Everybody knows that. Chocolate cookies falling for orange juice. Completely bewildered milk. Literally falling on orange juice. All right, well, there we go. We saved that one. I was worried that was going to be something weird. A weird, yeah, I don't know, lidless soda joke. I don't know, but we got it. All right, let me turn this back on, actually. A little noisier. Cool. So let me just make these. French fry. Oh, yeah, it wants me to, do you capitalize French? Do you capitalize French fry? You don't capitalize French fries. Yeah, they're not. It's not literally fries from France. Pommes frites. All right. AP style says lowercase French fries. Well, we are completely AP style. All right. Okay. They were on their 3rd refills and still no sign of French fries. Save and JPEG. All right. Oh, there we go. Glad you looked it up because my autocorrect made. Yeah. Same with Photoshop was saying capital F, but I think in that special case because it's not quite. You're not quite saying from the country of France. It's just some kind of slang term. Yeah, do you capitalize French kiss? I wonder. Because that's from France. Chocolate cookies falling for orange juice. Completely bewildered. Yes, the bewildering of milk. One of those bodice-ripping romance novels. The bewildered milk. Cool. All right, so let's revert our bewildered milk. Yeah, let's see if it says the same thing. Okay. Oh, but you do capitalize French kiss, French door. What? Webster's? Oh, fucking Webster's. Yeah, Webster says you capitalize French fries. Fucking Webster's. AP doesn't. AP Style Guide says no. You should capitalize it if it's nationality. Why do French kiss 3 times? The reason behind it remains unknown. The custom of 3 kisses appeared to be prevalent in roughly the 17th century Protestant France. Maybe a sign of the Trinity? All right. That's weird. Yeah, 2 answers. Well, I don't. Webster's is getting silly. I love the Webster's definition: an open mouth kiss, usually involving tongue to tongue contact. A lot of hyphens in that definition. First known use is 1922. So coming back from World War II, World War One. Sorry, World War One, the Great War. Oh man. Anyhow, okay, so let's try. This could be horrible, and especially if it's still intended to be a beer snack. This does not. This is another like chocolate and thing. Although chocolate and beer, I am not completely against. I've had some game nights where I don't want to stop drinking beer, but I still want to, or I want to switch to like Oreos or whatever. So I've done that. Okay, let's try this. Convenience store. Yes, the clinical definition of French kiss. An open mouth kiss. Anyhow, we're in the convenience store. All right. So I think I've showed you something like this, and I sent Hyphonics got some of these, not chocolate covered ones, but this original version. This is a really popular bar snack. So this company calls them kaki no tane. So kaki no tane is like a cracker. It's like a sometimes spicy, like a spicy cracker. And I think it actually may be imported from Thailand because it says, from that it includes ingredients from Thai. So maybe the spices and things are from Thailand. So it's often mixed with peanuts. So they're this like shiny orange kind of. And it's actually like supposed to be shaped like a persimmon seed snack with peanuts, usually mixed with peanuts. So like a bar snack, a salty bar snack with these little crackers, spicy crackers, and peanuts. Here we have the chocolate version. So kaki no tane choco version. So down here it's very funny. It says, let's try. Sorry you've had to wait so long. So it says, we're sorry to make you wait. Was there some outcry for a chocolate version of these? I have no idea. But yes, so now we will try these, and I'm terrified of I'm terrified of what this actually might taste like, because I can't imagine spicy Thai and chocolate being a good thing. So we'll see. Pumpkin spice chocolate. Yeah, chocolate almonds. That makes sense. Yeah. It's a kind of an odd combination. Okay, so right away the smell is okay. Because I think they're covered. They're kind of, they're sealed in a shiny, chocolate coating. So they are literally going to be chocolate covered. I'm forgetting the name. Kaki no tane. So here we go. Let's see how spicy they are or chocolatey they are. Oh, whoa! It's them. It's the exact same cracker. Oh, it's not right. I don't know. This is so strange because it's not like it's weird. You know how satisfying like chocolate covered pretzels are because of the salt and the breadiness of the. Yeah, these are spicy Asian crackers covered in chocolate, and it's just like regular sweet cheap ass chocolate. Yeah, you can right away taste the cracker. I think they're rice crackers, but they're pretty heavily flavored. Oh, wait, so, if I can show you. Oh, but actually they're not orange, though. The inside of them, as you can see, is just kind of a crackery bit. Yeah. Yeah, they look like chocolate-covered crickets or something, don't they? It's not right. There's nothing complimenting, because I think there's like a coating. I don't know if it's like a soy sauce coating or there's something like in the they do look like little little bugs. Yeah, I thought they might change the flavor of the cracker to make it match chocolate better, but they don't. It's really weird. So it's not spicy, but it's that whatever that flavor of that Thai cracker is with chocolate on it. It's very strange. So chocolate covered peanuts would be like fine, and chocolate covered pretzels are fine. Why are these so strange? I don't know. And why did they apologize for making us wait for this? It's another one of those things like we tried before, something that was a bizarre combination of two flavors that should never have happened. This is another one of those. I can't imagine. You would never crave this flavor. And it's not like chocolate and peanut butter or something where it's like, oh, it makes something completely new. It's really strange. 2 thumbs down. Oh, very weird. Yeah. I'm surprised. I'm curious if anybody likes these. I'm curious if anybody, because this is such a common type of style of cracker. Maybe any cheap bar or anything you'd go into would definitely have these. So these little orange curly crackers and peanuts in a bowl would be very common. And they're good. It's a good snack with beer. Like it makes you, they're salty, so it makes you thirsty. I couldn't imagine. Yeah. Because the crackers are very strangely flavored. There's some spice, not actually very like hot spice. So there's some kind of flavoring in the cracker itself. Very weird. Wow. Okay. Well, they apologize for keeping us waiting, but they can continue to keep us waiting all they want. These are terrible. It's just not, I mean, they're not bad. It's not like you want to spit it out right away. It's not like one of those like sickening flavors, but it doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to think of like what another weird combination with chocolate would be that would be this confusing. Yeah, it's very odd. Like chocolate covered like Red Hot Cheetos, would be kind of the same thing. Like a chocolate covered Cheeto would kind of be the same idea where you're just like, ugh, I didn't need to ever know that. Wow. Okay, well, it was pretty brutal. So Dendoku, you have surprised us in a horrible way. Yeah, so this is very strange. So I saw this and it was almost gone too. There were only 2 left. So I had to try this because I've never seen anything like this before. And it must be new. And they say, let's try. Let's not say that we did. Denoku, you have, so these guys make some pretty good salty snacks that are good with beer. But this is not those there. Wow. I'm glad they had just had a little package of it. I'm glad I don't have this 5-pound bag of these things. Woof. Okay, so keep your Kaki no Tane non-chocolate and you'll be all set. And with peanuts is actually the best. So failure. But one more thing I want to show you. And it's so funny. I've been in Japan forever, for like a decade. And I've never been in a situation where it was possible or convenient to buy one of these. But finally today they had just thrown this on the shelf, so obviously they found it. There was some promotion for the new Gundam series, the Witch from Mercury series that's out, and so there's all of the classic rebranded a bunch of classic snacks with just Gundam characters from previous series, and then what they always do is they have one of these, and it's going to key out because it's mostly green, but the 7-Eleven branded model kit for this is the Strike Gundam from Gundam Seed. So, but look at that. It's got the colors. So it's orange. It's, it's got the colors of the sign. So it's orange, green, and white. So instead of the red, blue, and yellow, it's orange, green, and white, and has the stripes and the logo for 7-Eleven on it. These have always, ever since I read Hobby Japan and everything, every time these would come out, I would always get one. I always want to get one. But they always sell out really quick. And I've never. Sometimes I've been in a situation where I've seen one, or they have like one of those like lottery ticket things for something. So the chances of you getting one is pretty bad. But never seen one on the shelf. And so this was the first time in 10 years. I was like, a 7-Eleven Gundam. Oh my God. Yeah. And they changed the model. Like they have either the classic Gundam or one of the, other series. So this is, yeah, Strike Gundam 7-Eleven version. So they do a lot of these like special versions for, if they have like pop-up stores around, some sort of location that's promoting a movie, or where they have the big life-size Gundam, they have a little pop-up store. So they have some special ones. They're like clear plastic or gold or whatever. But 7-Eleven always does these. Like every time there's a Gundam promotion, every few years, they always do these. And I've never gotten one. So maybe I'll do a stream where I build this just as a celebration. I'll build this on the air or on stream. So this is just the 1 to 144 scale. So he's only about like that tall. It's only about 5 or 6 inches. But the funny thing about this, and I think they're doing this to try to get kids to try model kits. It's entry grade, so that means, as it's showing here, you don't need any glue or nippers or a hobby knife or anything to make it. So they show this here, and it's not always, when they do this, it's not always the best system, but they show it here where you can just snap the pieces off the sprue, and they're supposed to be so lightly connected that it doesn't cause any like real ugly, tearing or any weird divot in the model itself. So I'm curious to see if that actually works. I've never done an entry grade kit before, but I think I'll probably want to use a knife anyhow to make it, as clean as possible. But yeah, as you can see here, it's just a couple of different sprues, and it probably isn't very posable, but it still may have. They do. What's cool about these Gundam kits is they're hard plastic, but the connections for the limbs and things have little rubber gaskets and ball joints, so they move and hold position really well. So they're super posable, and don't get really loose and weird. So they always have like a combination of a couple of different materials. So very cool. I'll just show you inside real quick. But yeah, super happy to finally have a 7-Eleven Gundam. But yeah, it's just a big plastic bag with a bunch of different colored sprues in there. Let me see if there is the rubber. Oh wow, all the white is separate. Oh, maybe not. Maybe the entry grade doesn't do rubber. Yeah, it looks like some of the connections are just going to be plastic. So it's not going to be super posable. But look at that. They've got all the stickers for the stripes and everything. And here is... Whoa. Yeah, here's the little instruction deal there. So yeah, no, it's all just hard plastic. So the non-entry ones do have like little rubber gaskets. So we'll see how this goes. I'll put this together sometime. Yeah, it says just pull it right out of the sprue. That's very disturbing. So I have to start a third channel, a Gundam model channel. But yeah, so this is appropriate to the convenience store. So this is the convenience store. Every snack that I've gotten, almost everything. Some things occasionally are grocery store, but everything I get is from the local 7-Eleven. So yeah, pretty cool. 7-Eleven special color. Yeah, so that's great. I'm very happy that that is a thing, and that's such a Japanese thing too. That's such a funny thing in Japan. So you see those, you can get those usually like on eBay and stuff for way too much money. But that was actually like about $7 with the weak yen right now. Yeah, that whole kit was only like $7, which is pretty crazy. Some of the reproductions of the old kits get as cheap as like $5, but they are very just like, no articulation. They're literally like 5 pieces. But nice. Nice. All right. Okay, well, let's get out of this this convenience store hell. I think this is a Family Mart that I'm in. There we go. All right. Well, share some joy with you guys about my find. Yeah, they promote those all the time, so you see them on like posters and advertisements, but so often they're always sold out. Yeah, I've been in a couple situations like out, drinking or out whatever, and I don't want to carry around a toy model kit with me if I don't have a bag or something with me. So there's been some chances, but I've never been able to. So yeah, look forward to the plastic model kit building stream coming soon. Yeah, I should do something else Japanese on this channel besides just snacks. Yeah. They are, well, maybe they are weird bug snacks if they came from Thailand. Nice. All right. Whoa. Yeah, that's true. That is very funny. I like Yum's comment. It's like aliens trying to figure out how to make human food. They like things covered in chocolate, right? Just covered in chocolate. Yeah, that's too funny. Yeah, what was that other thing? It was another chocolate covered thing that was just really, really wrong. But they do cover like the shrimp crackers and stuff, like the little rice crackers that taste like shrimp. I've seen those with chocolate on them too. So yeah, they are very misdirected with with their chocolate covering. They don't understand. Violate some deeply held beliefs. Wow. So let me just double check. Didn't strand anybody on Twitch or anything. Nope. Seems like we're okay. Cool. Well, it was great to hang out with everybody online. Yeah, sorry it took me so long to get online. I just realized it was like almost 20 minutes or something before the stream started. Yeah, sorry about that. I was getting stuff set up, and I had turned on the stream and completely forgotten about it. Nice. Oh, here's something else. It's not really worth a whole segment, but the Ghana that does pretty good. So basically, Ghana and Meiji do pretty good, like cheap chocolate, cheap Japanese chocolate, and they just did this premium dark milk chocolate. It's really good. It's really thick. I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't. When it dissolves, it has a different texture than just like regular dark chocolate. So dark milk chocolate. I never thought that would be a thing, but that's pretty good. No bugs inside. It's not chocolate covered bugs. Yeah, the translation for the so it's kaki. Yeah, kaki no tane. So yeah, kaki is persimmon. So kaki is so those crackers are called persimmon seeds, I guess. Yeah, because that's the shape of the cracker, but they don't taste like that. They taste like almost like a mild chili powder or something. So why you'd want to put chocolate on that doesn't make any sense. K5 is banning himself live. Yeah, it's surprisingly good. Dark milk chocolate. I never thought of that combination, but here I'll show you maybe you can see. It's very dark. It's very, very dark chocolate. And this is just a block bar. But yeah, there's the color of it. So it's actually, it's very, very dark, like high cacao, percent chocolate, but it's got a creaminess to it that's really surprising. So when it dissolves in your mouth, how the bitter dark chocolate, it just kind of melts into the kind of the powderiness or whatever, like the ground chocolate you taste. The milk version of it, it's really creamy. It's very different. Yeah. But yeah, I saw this and give it a shot. And always good to have a little block of chocolate around in case there's coffee. All right. Well, yeah, I didn't see any other celebrations for Pocky Day. So I was the only person, besides the convenience store, I was the only person mentioning it. Yeah, dark chocolate is the best. They've gotten a little crazy, though, recently. Some of the brands will do, or maybe a more gourmet chocolate or like artisan-y, more chocolate. does super high percent of the cacao, the bitter part of the chocolate. So sometimes if it gets in like above 70s, like into the 80s or 90s, it's like eating baking chocolate. It's so bitter. But yeah, so I was very amazed by what dark milk chocolate can be, because I'm not a huge fan of especially cheap milk chocolate, like not very good, or like kids versions of milk chocolate sometimes aren't great. But yeah, this was surprisingly good. So yeah, we don't have in Japan. They don't have like the sour gummy worms or Sour Patch Kids, but there are a few. There are a few sour candies. I'm trying to think if there's like a classic, but yeah, sour isn't a super popular flavor here. Like that sour powder on the outside of stuff, it's not so popular. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, nothing super. That they do have it, but it's not. One chip challenge next week. Oh, what do you mean? Open a bag of chips and eat just one? I could definitely do that. Yeah, I don't think so. No, they don't have the like the citric acid kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't think it's not a popular flavor. I wonder why. But there are sour, there's a lot of citrus fruits and sour things in, Japanese food and cooking and stuff. But as far as candies, it's not super. Maybe it's just like they have this weird thought that candy is, sweet or mild, more mild. Uh, one chip challenge. I have no idea. Don't make me look up. Is one chip challenge something even worse than? Oh no! Wait. Oh, and the spicy. Oh no, no, no. Yeah, I definitely. If it's a spicy deal, yeah, yeah. So Carolina Reaper pepper. Now you don't want to see me trying to eat something too spicy. It's gonna be terrifying. It'll be all tears and snot and red faces and coughing probably. One chip challenge. Okay, 5. You just want to see me do. It's like self harm on the self harm on the internet. Spiciest chili peppers in the world. Yeah, there's no way. I mean, if you want to see what the Japanese EMTs look like, I'm sure you can. You could get me to do that. Oh, that's funny. Toppy Jones, thank you. Thanks for the warning. You're protecting me from my evil moderators trying to get me to sacrifice myself and my taste buds and the lining of my stomach and everything else. Yeah, they do have like some pretty spicy ramen and stuff here, but nothing like, what things are getting up to with all the hot wings and crazy peppers on the internet. It's mostly more Southeast Asia and like India and stuff has like crazy hot food. Yeah, Japan is not it's not a good place to go if you like really spicy food. They don't have so much. Thank you, Toppy. I appreciate it. I'm glad Google exists, or I would be putting a black corn chip in my mouth and just like falling completely off camera. Oh, Amazon is selling Oh, so is it literally they sell a package with one chip in it? Is that the deal? Yeah, OCC Pakai store is selling the Pakai Real Pepper Real Heat 100%. Yeah, so the container is 0.2 ounce. That is like one chip, right? That's pretty small. That's funny. Oh, and people have already posted the videos. That's great. Internet challenges. Wowie zowie. Yeah, that's exactly what I would say. Wowie zowie. How did you know, Yum? uh, oh, what you think of me. It's terrifying. What, how I must come across on the, on the stream. Gosh, that was hot. Golly gee willikers. Oh, man. Yeah, that's funny. The reviews reviews on Amazon are just like death. The reviews is one word. Death. I thought I was going to die. Yeah, wonderful. Hammer to the stomach. Isn't something to try for fun. Way overpriced. Oh yeah, so they're probably selling a lot. Yeah, that's a great promotion too. So how much is this like one chip bag? Oh, it doesn't. Yeah, they don't ship here, so it doesn't say. Oh, $20. What? Oh no, that's some merchandise. Yeah, about $12 for a couple ounces or less than an ounce. That's so funny. I can't believe like somebody would see somebody do some nonsense on the internet and then I want to try that at home without any supervision, not any protection, not any precaution. Yeah, saved by the Postal Service. Yeah, that's funny. I wonder if they would confiscate super hot chips, or they would try. They would. Oh, I always wanted to try this. Yeah, so they don't ship none of the. It's just Amazon, so it's not a great sample. But yeah, they don't ship the super spicy chips to Japan. I'm sure somebody would for a insane amount of money. But if I just sprayed myself in the face with bear mace, I'm sure it would be probably the same response. That's funny. Wow, one chip challenge. K5, what are you doing? Wow. That's funny. I wonder if that's made it to the Japanese internet. I wonder if like super spicy, because I don't watch a lot of, like stunt stuff in Japan, but people do a lot of crazy things here. So I wonder if somebody's doing that. And there might be like an Asian version of it. There might be something here. Because they do a lot with the, what are they called? Those really smelly fruits. Those disgusting fruits that smell like, that you're not allowed to even like bring on eat on planes or anything because they're so disgusting. Durian, but one of those weird fruits that smells really bad. They have a lot of those kind of things on the internet. Reaper gummy bear. Yeah, durian. Some empty friend. Excellent. Yes, of course. Thank you, some empty friend. Yeah. That durian fruit that's prohibited. Like you can't eat that in a lot of public places because it makes people so sick from the smell. Thank you. I always need the help. Yeah, I'm sure that kind of stuff though, the Asian kind of dare stuff has been done on Japanese internet. I wonder if the chips have made it. I don't know where they're from. I'm assuming they're from Latin America, but maybe not. Yeah, it's hard to get good corn chips here too. Like we basically have Doritos or some like kind of shady import tortilla chips, so nothing very good. Not like I remember just every good Mexican restaurant in Los Angeles had good chips, like they're very hot, just made chips at the table, tortilla chips at the table. But it's hard to get. And tortillas, and just flour or corn tortillas, are terrible here. I don't know what's going on, but nobody knows how to make good tortillas, or maybe they just can't get good flour, or the ingredients. I've had really rubbery, either really dry and kind of just falling apart, or really rubbery tortillas in Japan. It's weird. I'm not quite sure why. Don't know what the trouble is, but yeah. So we'll be doing the weekly this week, and hopefully, if the order comes fast, we'll also be doing a stream where we'll be building a bunch of little miniatures. We ordered a pretty good deal, and the pound is really weak right now to the dollar, so it's getting close to 1-to-1. So I ordered from the UK a bunch of models, war game models, and so Chris and I, for some stream over the weekend, we'll put together a bunch of little guys, build some strike teams, some gangs, and strike forces online. So that should be fun. They do really good. It's North Star Miniatures, so they do a lot of cool kits that have so many options. And that's the thing that's going away. Like with 3D printing, and then with a lot of the companies, they're not giving you a lot of options to customize things. It's only like one way, because they want you to buy, when it has a lot of flexibility, then you can buy less. But if it's a fixed, you can only build it one way, then you have to buy multiple. All right. But yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, thank you, Yum. Yeah, that's going to be on Upturned Table. So Upturned Table on YouTube, we'll do the weekly will be on Thursday night, North American time, Friday lunchtime in Japan, and then on one of the weekends, I'm not sure how soon. It shouldn't take more than a week. Actually, mail from the UK gets here really fast, so it should be here within a week. But I'm not sure if it'll make it by the weekend. And we'll dump a bunch of stuff out on the table and just sit and talk over a bunch of things. Chris has a ton of models. So far, she hasn't committed to his specific builds. And so what she does is put a lot of blue tack, that poster, kind of the poster tack, takes little pieces of blue tack and puts the arms and legs and heads on, kind of do a temporary fitting. So there's a ton of stuff on Chris's Instagram for that. So if you follow Upturned Table, yeah, you can get it, all that good stuff. But there's a ton of games out now that are small press and just made by like single designers that we want to play. Good stuff. All right. Oh, Lego sets. Yeah, I haven't built any Lego sets on any streams, but we did Lego. One of the first games that we did, instead of buying the miniature soldiers, like the miniature figures from a war game company, we just used Lego minis. And there's a company that does compatible kind of military and fantasy accessories for little Lego minifigs. So we built a whole table out of, I just got a hot foam cutter, and we cut a bunch of kind of ice terrain, snow and ice terrain, and used Lego minifigures. So that was pretty cool, because you can customize them just as you would customize them in the game. You can, just pull stuff out of their hands. And it's cool, too, because it helps you keep track of, because they do carry things, like they carry potions or treasure or whatever. So you can literally put it into their little Lego claw hand, and you can physically see that in the game. So that works pretty well. But Lego is so expensive. Like I wanted to, when we first came up with the Lego minifigure idea, I'm like, oh, I can't wait. I'm going to just get a ton of white Lego and build all kinds of like icebergs and like, little snow cap and glacier type little formations. That would have cost hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to do like a whole 4x4 foot or 4x6 foot table of Lego. That would have been insane. I completely forgot how expensive Lego is. But, yeah, but that worked really well for being able to customize things. And then as my, I had like a necromancer, like a little evil bastard that I kept changing his parts and making him, as he like leveled up and got stronger, it made him more and more crazy. And he eventually ended up with like this big snake cowl and this, high collar and this giant, so everything started to go snake themed, because I found a cool cultist like set of Legos. But it was fun. Yeah, that's really fun. So I think that's what like Chris has always wanted to do that again, and so this will give us a chance to do that with miniatures. And so you'll build them, and they'll be, because that was the only problem with Legos is it's hard to keep things intact. So you want to do something else with it, or your kid, your kid wants to play with the Legos, and you're like, okay. So that's what a lot of the other players were having problems with, is their kids were young enough that they wanted to share the Legos. My daughter was older, so she didn't care. But that's the problem with Lego, is like you build something, you don't want to keep it. You want to keep taking it apart and doing other things with Lego, so it doesn't feel very permanent. Yeah, it's true. I think that even the process, it's really high quality. Like they're the blocks that the actual Lego company makes are perfect. Like they fit perfectly and everything. But yeah, I think they just cornered a market and became the building toy, so they can charge whatever. And then the licenses and stuff. I can't believe how much people pay for like Star Wars, like like whatever, $800 or whatever for a Lego Star Destroyer. And then the time that it takes to put that together. Yeah, I don't know. Big Lego. Yeah, that's right. We got to bring down big Lego. I don't care. I'm not concerned about the oil companies, pharmaceutical companies. None of those are a personal threat. But for me, big Lego is the thing that actually has the most effect on my life. So we're going after them. We're going to Denmark. That's where they're from, right? Denmark. We're going to Denmark, and we're taking them down. It's going to be January 6th all over again, but this time in Copenhagen. Is that right? Where the hell are Legos from? It's Copenhagen, right? Oh, Billund, but it is Billund. It's Denmark. Billund, Denmark. All right, next January 6th. We'll meet everybody there. Yeah. That's nice. Yeah, they had a really cool Lego kind of pop-up thing in Japan, and somebody built most of the major buildings in Osaka and like lit them and stuff. So there was pretty cool when you see crazy cocky Lego builders. We're gonna January 6th that shit. Definitely. We'll be stuffing our pockets with Legos. And, so yeah, we'll be stealing laptops. Oh, man. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, if I was better on social media, that would be the perfect thing to rouse. I'm sure there would be hearings, though, in the parliament or whatever Denmark has. The January 6th Parliament hearings. And in Scandinavian languages, 6 is sex. So it'd be very sexy meetings. Sexy January 6th. All right. Well, that's enough nonsense for this week. I'll be back with you guys next week. And thanks, everyone that's lurking and watching. I appreciate you guys hanging around and hopefully being somewhat entertained. But abusecartoons.com is the website for everything. I put the links. They're both I think in the Twitch description and in the description on the on the stream for Abuse Cartoons. Patreon.com/Abuse Cartoons if you want to support the stream. And yeah, there's original art and books and stuff involved in that if you'd like. So yeah, consider becoming a patron. And thank you so much, Unknown Girl and John, for being the best patrons ever. And on social media, Abuse Cartoons. If you want to read the archive, it's gocomics.com/domestic abuse. And we do this every week at about this time. And yeah, I will see everybody next week. Thanks so much for hanging in there. And let's get organized for January 6th. See you this January 6th in Denmark. All right. So thanks everybody for joining me. Unknown Girl, Yum, K5, Some Empty Friend. Thank you so much for being around and always helping me with the the thing I can't think of. And Toppy Jones from stopping me from eating a single chip and ruining my life. All right. So we'll see everybody again next week. Take care, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.